welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas. This is a pre-recorded video because of being away over the weekend and still wanting to be able to get you videos. But I thought for day 4 of Vlogmas we would have a little delve through my mini stash. I've got quite a lot of minis and I've got some plans for some, and I need to dig out some 10-gram minis for some other projects because I'm running a little bit low. So I thought, why not? Let's delve through my mini stash. It is a little bit ridiculous. So the first thing I wanted to dig out, and I will just, disclaimer, that's not the word, pre-warn you that there may be a fair bit of crinkling in this video because quite a few of the minis that I have are wrapped up in plastic packaging. So yeah, apologies for the crinkling. I wanted to dig out all of the minis that I've collected this year as part of Laura at Bumbling Yarns, her Scrappy Club, which are these ones here. Because I've got her advent calendar this year, and I was thinking about making a blanket using all her yarn. And actually, I'm going to add the advent calendar into that as well. So I want to dig out all of the Bumbling Yarns minis and put them all in one place so that they're nice and easy to find. So I think we start with that. Why not? So this one here. So throughout this year, I don't know if she's doing it again next year. It will be interesting to find out. But throughout this year, certainly, she's run a Scrappy Club where each month is inspired by a different television programme. And I didn't get every single month because there were some of the television programmes that she was inspired by were ones that I haven't watched or weren't particularly keen on. So I just picked my favourites, basically. And I went for the 5-gram sets that she did. So each of these minis is 5 grams of yarn. And I'm planning to make some kind of crocheted blanket using all of these mini skeins. So the first set, these aren't in any particular order, are these ones here, which were the Walking Dead inspired selection. And they've all got various different colour names, including Daryl Dixon, Michonne, Judith Grimes. They're the only ones I can see from here, but they've all got their little labels on. And there was a fun little Walking Dead stitch marker in there as well. So that's one set. I've also got this set here. They're all so pretty. And this is the Buffy inspired set. And then we've got, there's an apple. This was the Once Upon a Time inspired set, based on the Once Upon a Time TV series. Obviously, because they're all inspired by TV series. Outlander. And then what else have I got here? These ones are... Breaking Bad. I was struggling with some of the references there. Breaking Bad, and that is that all of the ones I've got? I think that's all the ones I've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've also ordered the December ones, which I believe were Call the Midwife, and I may possibly be buying off Laura some spares from the American Horror Story one as well. And then I also picked up at Perth Festive Yarn, which we were both vending at, I also picked up this set of 20-gram minis from Laura, which are basically a selection of all of her different colourways, all set up in a set. So I will be using some of these as well. And I will also pop aside these 2 minis that I've got from Laura that were part of the Stranger Things Halloween set. Let's go with that she did as well. And they're both really, really pretty too. And then, obviously, the Advent calendar, which you will have seen me open. I'm just thinking when this video is going to go up on Saturday. So you will have seen me open days 1 and days 2 of the Advent calendar so far. But all of those are going to be going in. So it's going to make a fun crochet blanket And I like doing crochet blankets where I use all of one dye as yarn. I did it with, well, I've done it a number of times with Advent blankets from Erin of Henny Penny Makes. And then I also did it with a blanket that I made out of all Down Sheepy Lane minis. So it's quite good fun. So these all need to get put aside, ready for that project at some point. I haven't decided when. I need to finish a blanket really, don't I, before I start more blankets. I've got like plans for 3 different blankets, and I've already got like 5 blankets on the needles or the hook at the moment. I really do need to finish something before I can start this one. And then we still have a ridiculous box of minis. So I've got lots and lots of minis from Erin at Henny Penny Makes. She does these gorgeous little scrappy sets that I've got a few of. So these are the green ones. And then I've also got purple and pink and blue. I'm currently making a blanket out of Erin's yarn using her Colour Therapy Club. So I might extend that blanket and add more of her yarn in. I've also got some bundles from Erin. So this was one of the Flower Power Fund bundles. And I used one of these for something else. I've got so many minis in here. It's almost ridiculous. And I should probably go through. I will pause you 2 seconds. I'm just going to have a little sort through of all these minis and then we can go through what I've got. Okay, I've had a bit of an organise. I should have done that before I sat down to record really, shouldn't I? But I got too excited about talking about minis. So I was talking about Erin's. Yeah, I've got a few other little ones from Erin at Henny Penny Makes, as well as, of course, all of the Colour Therapy ones, which are downstairs. So I might use some of those to extend the blanket that I'm making with her yarn. I've got a couple of sets still from the Lay Family Yarn and Friends mini club that Kelly started back in, gosh, I don't know whether I think it was 2019. She started it and it ran for about half a year. And you got 3 minis from Kelly. So like this set was 3 minis from Kelly. And then you also got 3 minis from her Dyer of the Month, which in this case was Beehive Yarns. And I put them all together with the plan of making kind of scrappy socks or something out of them. But I think I might steal some of the minis from some of these sets to go in blankets. I'm not sure. This was another one. So these were the blue ones. Again, those 3 were from Kelly. And then this month was Sherry Iris dyed the other 3 minis. Although I have got a whole host of these ones, which I think, again, I think these were part of that club and they're just minis that I've not used yet. So it might be that I use these, I'm going to cake these up to go in my blanket because they're all kind of pastels. They'll be perfect for my hexagon blanket. So I'll set those ones aside. I've also got a few Nora George minis in some lovely kind of bright colours. Again, these are 20 gram minis, but I might grab some of these aside for my hexagon blanket because they are perfect colours for my hexagon blanket. I think I just need a session of caking up minis for my hexagon blanket. I've got these, which are the remains of the Craft House Magic lockdown set, which I used some of these to make one of my gnomes. And then I've got a couple of extra minis from Ellie as well. So these are perfect colours for my blanket too. So I think these ones might get used for that. So that's a good stash. Oh, and these will be perfect. Castleview yarns, some gorgeous set of minis. These were again another of the Flower Power Fund mini sets. And I think maybe not the bright yellow, but the rest of those will be perfect for my hexagon blanket. So I will pop those aside for that. And then I've also got in here, I kept a set of every single one of my Nostalgia Club minis. So I've got the 2010s set, because back in 2020 I ran a Nostalgia Club for a mini Skeins, and each month was inspired by a different decade, and you got different minis. All the minis had different inspirations. But I can't remember what they all were now, so I can't tell you. This was the 1980s set. I think that was the first CD, the grey with the rainbow on there. And then I can't remember the rest of them. But yeah, so I had 1980s, 2010s, 1920s. Oh no, that was my Flower Power Fund contribution, my Crocus Flower Power Fund minis. What else have we got? 1960s, 1970s. Yeah, so pretty much everything left in the box was from my Nostalgia Club. So again, I kind of want to do a big blanket project with these, but I don't know. It's a lot of yarn and there's so many other things I want to do first. So I don't know. We will have to see. I also have, of course, because doesn't everybody, a whole selection of just random individual mini skeins, which I often pick out for kind of heels, toes and cuffs. There's a lot of plain ones in there that work really well for kind of heels, toes and cuffs when I need something for that. Yeah, well, I think that was successful because I do have a host of minis here to cake up to go in my hexagon blanket. And I've had a good think through about what I'm going to do with some of the other minis, and I've dug out all of those bumbling yarn minis, which was the main goal. So yeah, there you go. There's a little tour through my random mini stash. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do you have a ridiculous amount of minis? Please tell me I'm not the only one who has a massive box full of mini skeins. And what are your favourite mini projects? Let me know. Let me know.
It's time for the joke of the day. What song do monkeys sing at Christmas? Jingle. Actually I forgot. It's Jungle Bells.